After 23 years in the United Kingdom, an African brother who made all the sacrifices to come to the UK is now facing deportation. This brother, he used to be a Christian. He used to be a role model to a lot of people, and people cannot believe that this brother, who they thought was their role model, is now facing deportation. Let's watch this video.
Okay, for the offence of rape. Just listen to what I've got to say. Okay, you do not have to say anything, may harm in defence, if you do not mention, when questioned, something which you later rely on in court, and anything you do say may be used in evidence.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at the Launch Club, where we bring the latest update, not to scare anyone, but to inform and educate our audience. Information, they say, is power. For those seeing my face on this beautiful Easter day, seeing my face for the first time, my name is Frank. On this channel, we share latest updates about the daily lived experience of immigrants to inform and educate our audience. An African brother who made all the sacrifices to come to the United Kingdom. After 23 years of living in the United Kingdom, this brother has indefinite leave to remain. He is now waiting to be sent back to back to his home country after finishing his prison sentence. A lot of people that know this brother, they cannot believe. They are still asking questions. How did a highly educated, respected African Christian, who a lot of people saw as their role model, how did he find himself in this quagmire? This guy's story, there are valuable lessons that can be learned from this story. The guy in question came to the UK 23 years ago. This guy came to the UK, and initially he was doing very well. Let us watch this guy first. I'll show you. So the face you're seeing here, that is another brother who is being sentenced to 18 years in prison. The story we have for you today is not about that brother, but these are two black men who have been found guilty for doing the same thing. If you know anyone that lives in the United Kingdom, especially man, please kindly ensure that they see this video, because there are valuable lessons that they can be learned. So let's dive into this case. The case that we have for you today, this brother's name is Ansiet. Ansiet arrived in the United Kingdom 23 years ago, and he sought asylum. He told the British government that he was facing persecution in his home country and he needed refuge. His asylum was initially rejected outrightly. This guy later found a way. He was working, and he got a job at John Radcliffe University Teaching Hospital as a healthcare assistant. Now, John Radcliffe University Hospital is a world-class hospital that is well known around the world. This guy was working in that hospital, and meanwhile, he was a Christian. A lot of people that know this guy have testified to say this guy is a soft-spoken guy that if you see him, you will never believe that this guy will hurt a fly. That is one of the reasons why the people that know this guy, they were shocked when they found out that this brother is being accused of what he was later convicted to. This guy, the British government tried to deport him. The last time he was locked up at Brook Prison, the deportation center, he was locked up. Air France was due to send this guy back to his home country. As soon as they arrived at the airport, this guy raised alarm and told the world that he has been chained, he's been treated in inhuman way, he hasn't denied access to his medical team and legal team, that they've locked him in solitary confinement. His lawyer rushed to the High Court and last minute got injunction from saying that the guy should not be deported back to his home country. After that, the guy was granted indefinite leave to remain. And people say, wow, yes, This boy, this man, his ordeal is not over. The guy was later trying to rebuild his life. This brother later joined activists. He was then campaigning for the right of migrants who are being unfairly treated by the system. The picture that you're seeing here, that is the picture of our brother Ansiet at that time. He was protesting, saying migrants are not criminals. They should be treated humanely. He joined the movement. They were campaigning against the way migrants were treated. This guy, this is one of the reasons why those that know this guy, they cannot believe. You know that old saying, the African parable says that a monkey says, I can only vouch for the child in my womb, but I cannot vouch for the one I'm carrying in my bag because I don't know. At times in life, you think you know people because the way they carry themselves, the way you see them in church or mosque, you think this guy will never commit crime. My brother, my sister, you only know your mind. You cannot vouch for anyone. If you've seen any value in this content, kindly give it a like and share. Let me know what your views are about what we're talking about today. So after that incident, this brother started building his life. He was working, doing well, and everybody thought his ordeal was over. One fateful day, there was a bombshell. This brother was arrested. And when this brother was arrested, people that knew this guy, they was like in shock. How can a brother who's a church goer, a guy that is very active in church, the brother that worked in the hospital, this guy is innocent. In fact, some people started saying that this guy, he is being stitched up because of his activities, the work he's doing as an activist. That some people, even some narrative came up, say, "Oh, the British government they want to silence this guy. That is why they frame up these charges against this guy." People started saying all sorts of things. This guy initially said he's innocent. Say, "How can I commit that crime? How can I commit the crime you're accusing me of committing?" Only for this guy, when he was eventually charged to court, this brother, when the evidence was presented against him, this brother actually impregnated a 15-year-old girl. God, he impregnated a 15-year-old girl and tried to tell this girl to have an abortion. This brother at that time, he was close to 40 years. Can you imagine a 40 years who is impregnating a girl that is young enough to be his own daughter? This brother was eventually found guilty. As we are speaking now, he's already serving 11 years custodial sentence, and he has been told that his indefinite leave to remain will be withdrawn and he will be sent back to his home country when he finishes serving his prison sentence. The case doesn't end there. We're just stepping into two. Just last week here, the British government then filed 3 more charges against this guy, saying that the guy committed the same offense against 3 separate girls who are about the same age around the Oxford area. That is where this brother committed the same offense again. So as we are speaking now, this brother that we are talking about, who is already serving a 12 years prison sentence, he has been told that he has now pleaded guilty. Can you imagine this guy? The guy initially pleaded guilty and he's now come up and say, you know what? I also committed the crime. This is why those people who initially rushed to this guy's defense, they are now shocked. Oh, this brother did this thing, and this brother hold the Bible. He goes to the church and he carries himself as a man of God. This brother, they are still in shock. So imagine if you were one of those people that was defending this brother, saying, "Oh, this is stitch up. The British government trying to stitch up this African guy because he is fighting for human rights and all this thing." How would you feel now? Only vouch for yourself. Don't vouch for your child. You can only vouch for the child that you have inside your womb, because this guy, according to people that knew this guy, they said this guy was the perfect guy. The picture that you're seeing here, this is another African guy who has been convicted for 18 years for doing something similar, but in the case of this guy, it was an adult. What question I'm asking, why is it that people that have worked so hard to come to the UK in search of a better life, let's be honest, most people that migrate, they migrate in search of a better life. Why would people who have made so much sacrifices to migrate then destroy everything that they have worked for because they were thinking with what is under their leg, not thinking with their brain? What is the lesson that we can learn? Let me know what your views are about what we're talking about today. Meanwhile, the saddest part of the story of this ancient guy who has been convicted is that the 15-year-old girl that he impregnated, according to report, this girl, she was a virgin when she met this guy and when this guy had sex with this girl. And this brother tried to put pressure on this young girl, telling her to go and have an abortion. So people have even said this is the work of the devil, that the devil has brought this brother down. This brother, he was doing well. Some people said it's spiritual attack. Some people said it's voodoo from his own country that brought this guy down. They wanted to destroy this guy. Do you believe that? Do you believe that this guy is responsible for his action? Not one, not two, more than 3 young girls have come forward and accused this guy of molesting them. And this brother now, who is already serving 12 years prison sentence, he is going to get additional charge. Maybe by the time he finishes, it's probably going to be 20 years in prison. By the time he come out of prison, he's already in his 40s. Now he's going to be 60s and he'll be sent back to his own country. What has he achieved from coming to the UK? He has used his hand to destroy themselves. Hopefully, there are valuable lessons that can be learned. And if you know any man that lives in the Western world, kindly ensure that they see this video, because a lot of people from our community, they are using their hand to destroy themselves. At the end, they will not blame the devil and blame spiritual attack. The saddest part of this story is that this young girl, she's been abused, violated by this girl. Our heart goes out to this young girl. Share this video with anyone that you know will benefit. If you've seen